Land for Notre Dame. All in the air. We're underway. Settle in for some Saturday night Big East basketball here between USF and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. One of three teams the Bulls played twice in the regular season. This is the rematch. And Howard has it in the front court for the green and gold. On the left wing to Verdejo, man-to-man. For Notre Dame, Collin falls on him. Verdejo out front to Howard off a high screen. He dribbles to the right wing. Floats inside, Gransberry. Catch, lay it in. Draw the foul, count it. And Kentrell will go to the foul line. And that's exactly what USF would have hoped for the opening possession.
Chris Howard, who had 9 assists in that game against Marquette, picking right up where he left off, recognizes the mismatch, and Gransberry sealed his man and put it in.
Kentrell to the free throw line, and the foul shot is too strong, no good. Herringode got the rebound. Gransberry off an 11.5 rebound game against Marquette. Battled foul trouble before fouling out in just 24 minutes on Sunday. Notre Dame's first possession. Torrey Jackson, their sophomore point guard, gets it left side of their best scorer, Russell Carter. Out front, Herringode. They work it on the perimeter to our right. Carter off a screen, launches for three. Top of the key, it's good. For Russell Carter, who averages 18 a game this season, and he gives Notre Dame the lead at 3-2. Carter only had 5 points, or actually only 9 points in the game in South Bend. Down low, Gransberry can't handle the pass on the left side. Flips it off to Verdejo, left wing. He whips it underneath, and Notre Dame knocked it out of bounds. Kentrell was being tied up on the floor by Falls and Herringode. The Bulls will inbound underneath the bucket. Carter just made his 65th three-pointer this season with that make a moment ago. USF inbounds to Howard with 20 on the shot clock. Actually, Verdejo. He got it over to Howard, who dribbles back to midcourt. The Bulls set it up. McHugh Mattis on the left wing with a catch. McHugh looks over the defense. 9 on the shot clock. He finds Howard off the high screen. They switch on him. Chris picks up the dribble. Dumps down to Gransberry. He forced it up. No good. Tip no good by Buckley. Followed by McHugh Mattis. No good. Gransberry the fourth try, and he is fouled. Boy, the Bulls were aggressive down on the inside, and Kentrell Gransberry draws the foul on Notre Dame and will go to the line. It was Hillsland on the inside with the body and the foul, and Kentrell Gransberry back at the line to shoot two.
And give some credit to Melvin Buckley, whose rebounding has really improved here in the last 2 weeks. He was the guy that kept that originally alive.
Gransberry came into the game at 52% from the stripe. Makes the first free throw. Kentrell 7 double-doubles on the year. In the meeting earlier, 13 days ago, had 23 and 11 rebounds in the loss to Notre Dame. Second free throw is short. We remain tied at 3, and Notre Dame brings it up with Hillsland. Irish off a 102-point effort and a win at Syracuse on Tuesday. Baseline, Herringode around Gransberry. A blocking foul on Kentrell. His first. Gransberry argues the call, says Herringode hooked him. The official says no, you need him first. Coach Mack wants an explanation. First foul on USF. Can't have he or Mattis in foul trouble in this game. Jackson inbounds to Russell Carter. Irish work it to Hillsland. He dribbles on Buckley down in the left block. Put it up off the window, no good. Rebound battled for, and Gransberry has it. Pulls outlet to Howard. Notre Dame back on defense. Howard in the front court, fires over to Mattis. A dribble. He drives down on the right side. Put it up. It rims out. Rebound is batted. It's loose. Herringode got it for Notre Dame. Off to Torrey Jackson. Jackson front court on the dribble drive. Bulls back on defense. Verdejo picks him up in the man-to-man. Here's Carter, who hit that three a moment ago. 2 minutes into the game. Step back jumper from 18 is good. For Russell Carter, out of Paulsboro, New Jersey, the senior makes it 5-3. He's got both of their field goals, all 5 of their points. Buckley on the right side of Mattis. Bulls to our left of the home white. USF seeking a third conference win. Off a screen, Verdejo. Catch, left side jumper, rims out. Rebound, Notre Dame and Russell Carter. Irish the other way. Torrey Jackson, the lightning quick point guard, leaves it to Carter. He steps back and fires for 3. That's no good. Long rebound, Notre Dame, and falls. Off to Jackson on the right wing. They'll set it back up with a fresh 35. Hillsland wants Herringode in the low block. He has it left side. Spins on Gransberry. Head fake. Fall away shot. No good. Buckley the rebound for USF. Off to Chris Howard. Howard across the timeline. Howard dribbling. 3 minutes into the game. Fires right wing to Verdejo. Jesus sets it up and finds Chris Howard, and now they'll recycle the offense. 20 on the shot clock. 16:48 to go, opening half. here from the Sun Dome in Tampa. Great to have you with us as Verdejo drives down from the right wing. Fires underneath, right side Mattis. He's hit and fouled and will shoot two. McHugh, a strong move, a foul down low. If it's Hiller's land, it's his second. It is. And it is his second foul, and McHugh Mattis will go to the free throw line.
Just a beautifully drawn-up play right there. Melvin Buckley came off a screen, then he cleared out, and Verdejo with the dribble penetration. And you got to think, as a scorer, he's going to take that shot. Got up in the air, drew the defense, and found Mattis on the baseline.
McHugh to the free throw line. Hillsland commits the third Notre Dame foul. The arcing free throw is good. McHugh at 13 points and 7 rebounds. And 4+ blocks per game. He needs only 2 blocks to match Solomon Jones from last year for the second best single season block shot total with 90. And 7 more games at least to go after tonight. McHugh bends the knees. Second free throw is good and ties the game at 5. Low scoring to start. That favors the good guys, the home team. 5-5, 3.5 minutes in. Carter out front. He has both their hoops. He dribbles to the right wing. Buckley on him this trip. Out front, Torrey Jackson. Jackson looks over the defense. Right side to Carter. A ball fake. Drives the baseline. Trip. Ball is stolen. Verdejo has it. One-on-one with Jackson. Jesus down the lane. Finger roll layup. No good. Rebound tipped. It's an over-the-back foul on USF. Coming over the top. Let's see who they got. They got Kentrell Gransberry over the back, and that's immediately a second foul with 16 minutes to go. I didn't see what Kentrell did or did not do on the follow, but he's coming out, and Melvin Richardson, the senior, at 6'7", will check in for him.
Just trying to make a play there, chasing behind the play, trying to get an offensive rebound, and instead came right over the back of the defender.
And he battled foul trouble Sunday, and that's one of the keys we talked about. He or Mattis has to stay on the floor, and immediately Kentrell to the bench. Notre Dame front court with Torrey Jackson out front, and he throws it away. Colin Falls was cutting to the basket, and he threw the pass behind him for a turnover. And USF will inbound. Buckley, Howard, Mattis, Richardson, and Verdejo. Richardson did not play 13 days ago with the injured right foot. He's played in the 2 games since then against Rutgers and Marquette. In the middle, Verdejo, a catch against the man-to-man. Left wing, he fires to Howard. Cross court to Verdejo. A catch, he put it up on the baseline. It's no good. Tipped up and in. McHugh Mattis with 2 hands. He followed it for a 7-5 lead. Here's Jackson down the lane. Driving. Layup is good for Torrey Jackson, going all the way to the hole. 5'10" freshman averaging 6 a game. Bulls the other way with Mattis on the right wing. Next dead ball and officials timeout. So already Gransberry on the bench with 2 fouls. Just 4 minutes into the game. Mattis on the right wing. Floats to Richardson. He hands to Howard. Howard dribbles to the left side. Cross court pass to Verdejo. Falls on him in the man-to-man. 15 on the shot clock. In the middle, Howard a catch. A ball fake. Chris another head fake. Put it up from 5 and hit. Howard gives USF the lead back. We're on the seesaw. It's 9-7 Bulls. Solomon Bozeman gets set to check next dead ball. That'll be after the timeout that's upcoming. 5 minutes into the game. Jackson wants Kurz down low. The ball is stripped. It's stolen. Taken away by Howard. Howard lost his dribble. He needs some help. He'll fire it up to Verdejo, and Jesus brings it across the timeline. So Rob Kurz in the game did not play against Syracuse with an injured right foot. He's out there tonight. He was listed as questionable coming in. Here's a bad pass by Howard. We saw that late Sunday. Steal by Carter. He drives front court, shoots for 3. That's no good. Long rebound. Howard dives for it, can't get it. Notre Dame comes up with it. Chris slow to get up. Out front, Torrey Jackson with it. Chris Howard slow to get up, limping as he gets up off the floor. He guards Carter. They double team him on the wing. Fire it cross court, nearly stolen by Mattis. He flips to save it. It does. Verdejo has it. Jesus dribbling, lobbing for Buckley. He's clobbered, missed the shot, and Notre Dame comes the other way. Irish 5-on-2. Jackson on the right wing, gets it to Carter. His 3 ball, no good. Rebound, McHugh Mattis, and we play on, end to end. Next stoppage will get us an official's timeout. Bulls look a little fatigued at the moment. 9-7 USF in front. Left wing Verdejo. Verdejo looks over the man-to-man and dribbles. Wholesale substitutions for both teams coming up after the timeout. Howard dribbling near midcourt with 12 on the shot clock. Got to go forward here. And Chris's tongue is almost hanging out. 6 on the shot clock. He dribbles to the left wing. Everybody standing around. They get the ball to Richardson. 2 on the shot clock. Mattis will launch an arcing 3. That is off the back iron. No good. And Notre Dame the rebound. They never got into the offensive set.
First three-point attempt of the year for McHugh Mattis.
By necessity with 1 on the shot clock. Notre Dame the other way. Come up on 7 minutes gone in the game. Irish look to retie it. A 3 would give them the lead. Falls in the right corner. He's dangerous beyond the arc. Drops down to Herringody. Backs down on Richardson. Herringody flips it out front. Stolen by Howard. 2-on-2 with Verdejo. Chris looks for a trailer. Picks up the dribble. Hits Richardson. Touch pass Verdejo, and he is fouled. And will shoot 2 after the timeout. Nice look from Melvin Richardson. And 2 free throws coming up. Timeout on the floor. 12:49 to go in the opening half. So far, so good. The pace favors USF. The Bulls lead 9-7. Let's take a break. This is USF Bulls basketball. I do not have the reads here unless you saw them earlier.
No, I haven't seen them.
Well.
Everything good, Steve? Very good. Thank you.
I might have them here, but I haven't checked my email in days.
He made the midcourt shot.
First
900.
First three-point attempt of the game for USF.
Stood around and killed the last 15 seconds of the shot clock. Standing around.
What did this thing do? Completely shut off?
With Jim Lighthall, TJ Reeves with you. 9-7, the early USF lead. The Bulls are 3 of 11 from the floor. Ouch. Notre Dame 3 for 8. The rebounding edge is 9-6 for the Fighting Irish. The Bulls with McHugh Mattis with 4. Notre Dame with Carter with 5. And a USF student, Jim, during the timeout just made a half-court shot for $900. And maybe that's a good omen. On the USF Federal Credit Union cash payout shot, he made a mid-quarter from 50 feet. Bulls fans, Tampa General Hospital injury report looks like this. USF has announced that Eris Williams, the sophomore with the injured knee, will not play for the remainder of the year. This is the right knee that he injured back early in January in the Bethune-Cookman game, actually the last game of the old year, December 31st. So Eris Williams done for the season. Other than that, the Bulls are relatively healthy. Melvin Richardson is back for the 3rd straight game off the injured foot. We're happy to report Chris Howard looks all right after he dove to the floor earlier in this game. And that's your Tampa General Hospital injury update. Trusted for our expertise and chosen for our care. Jesus Verdejo with free throws as we come back. For USF looking to build on the 9-7 lead after the Notre Dame foul. Free throw by Verdejo and Chris Kapko, the senior out of Lakeland Kathleen, in for Chris Howard here. Amu Saka, the freshman from Decatur, Georgia, is in. And Solomon Bozeman will check in if Verdejo makes this foul shot. The sophomore puts it on the way and in. Jesus came into the game shooting 61% from the foul line, and it gives USF an early 11-7 lead. Neither team has shot it particularly well to start this basketball game. Front court, it is Kurz with a basketball. Zeller has checked in, a 6'10 big man for Notre Dame. Luke Zeller, a 6'11 out of Washington, Indiana. Also Ryan Ayers in. He's a 6'9 tall drink of water. Baseline driving is Carter, and a blocking foul on USF. As Russell Carter went to the hoop on the left side, the foul on the Bulls will go on Melvin Richardson with the body. Go ahead.
I was going to say this lineup right now for USF might struggle offensively as well as defensively. These are some guys on the floor that haven't played a lot of minutes lately, with the exception of Buckley and Solomon Bozeman, who's had to come off the bench lately.
Russell Carter will shoot 2 for Notre Dame, a 75% free throw shooter, and it's good. You wonder how long, Jim, I started to say that Coach Mack will wait to try playing Kentrell Gransberry. You'd have to believe he's not going to sit him the final 16 entire minutes of the half after picking up 2 quick fouls. He's just too valuable. Well, they have to risk it.
The score will dictate how long he sits on the bench. As long as the Bulls have the lead, I would imagine they'll protect him.
Carter makes both free throws. He has got 7 of their 9 points, and they pick up full court in the backcourt. Capco, a cross-court pass to Bozeman. Bozeman 2-on-2, dribbles front court and now waits for help. Buckley out front to Capco, who will run the show here. 8 minutes into the basketball game. Saka and Bozeman on the wings. The Bulls right now a little disjointed in the half court. Buckley out front to Capco. Capco looks underneath against the 2-3 extended zone. Finds Saka with 8 on the shot clock. Off to Capco. Somebody's got to create. Chris does. Dribbles. And what are they going to call? Offensive foul, I think, on Capco for sealing off with the hand, which that was not much. And there's timeout on the floor. Okay, we'll see if we get that call at the other end. Timeout with 11:55 to go, an 11-9 USF lead. Let's take a break. This is USF Bulls basketball.
Okay.
That didn't look like much of a hook.
I don't know if Capco can hook like that.
We've seen some hooks in our time.
That was awful.
Yick. That's okay. Not that.
Yeah. Look at there,
There's
though.
a read here, Steve.
They're forcing it.
With Jim Lighthall and our engineer, Easy Ed Pendino. TJ Reeves with you at the Sun Dome. Wrapping up a 3-game homestand. USF and Notre Dame tonight will be in New York City. Queens, New York to be exact. USF and St. John's on Wednesday night. Bulls fans, time for this week's USF Health Tip. Remember that it's important to have a participation examination to pick up possible life-threatening conditions prior to participating in any sport. See your family physician or pediatrician for a private, complete physical. Most deaths in athletics result from heart problems. Be aware of family history of heart trouble, any personal history of chest pain or palpitation or shortness of breath with exercise. That's tonight's USF Sports Medicine Health Tip of the Week from Director Eric E. Corris, M.D., Assistant Professor, USF College of Medicine. Bulls lead 11-9, Jim Lighthall. 5 early Notre Dame turnovers. USF with only 2. Neither team shooting it particularly well to start the game.
No, they're not. Irish right now at 37%, USF 27%. But the Bulls have been able to get themselves to the free throw line, something they did early in the season very successfully.
This is a Notre Dame team that is 16-1 when they get to the 70-point mark. The Bulls want to hold them down. Torrey Jackson down the lane, leaves it out front. Zeller shoots a 3. That's no good. The rebound is battled for, and Bozeman has it for the Bulls. Freshman out of Magnolia, Arkansas. Dribble drive front court. Pull up, pop from 10 and hit. Solomon Bozeman in the book with 2 on the left side in a 13-9 lead. The Bulls still with Buckley, Capco, Saka, and Richardson out there along with Solomon Bozeman. Here's Carter around his man. Drives down the lane, runs over the defender. No call. He put it up and in. Well, they gave Carter the benefit of the doubt on that one. And Notre Dame picks up full court after the layup. Carter's got 9 of their 11 points. Capco over to Buckley. Bulls got to get it across midcourt. Cross-court pass to Bozeman. He dribbles on the left wing. Leaves to Capco. Back to Bozeman. Dribbling left side, and it almost slapped away, and the Bulls will set it up. USF resting Howard and Verdejo and Mattis at the moment. Ransbury on the bench with 2 fouls. In the middle, Saka a catch. Saka left side to Capco with a ball fake. Had it stripped from him. They dive on the floor. Capco finds Saka with 5 on the shot clock. A move, dribble, drive down to the right side. Put it up strong and in off the window. A bonus there. A tough shot from Amu Saka. And a 15-11 lead. 9.5 minutes gone in the game. Ryan Ayers catches, dumps down low to Zeller. Backs down on Richardson. Back to Carter, their leading scorer. He wants it again. His jumper no good. Rebound down to Buckley and a foul over the back on Notre Dame. Thank you very much. Rob Kerr's over the top of Buckley for the foul on the Fighting Irish. The Bulls will quickly check McHugh, Mattis, and Chris Howard into the game for Chris Capco and Melvin Buckley. Again, with those substitutions, there's really not an outside shooting threat with the exception of Solomon Bozeman on the floor. Maybe a little Chris Howard here. Howard will walk it across the timeline. Pace of the game definitely favoring USF. We're going to talk a lot about that tonight. It was late in the first half in South Bend, where the Irish went on a 21-2 run and never looked back. Out front, Saka, 15 on the shot clock. 10 minutes to go, half number one. Passes right side to Mattis. Mattis off to Howard with 9 on the shot clock. Howard dribbling top of the key, down the lane, hangs through a triple team, and an offensive foul. Well, Notre Dame gets the call at the other end as Howard is called for the offensive foul. The crowd is upset because about 40 seconds ago of clock time, Melvin Richardson was set in the lane and they didn't give him a charge when Carter ran over him. We need some consistency out of the striped shirts here tonight. It's a foul at one end, it's a foul at the other. Torrey Jackson front court off the high screen. He drives all the way down, missed the shot. The ball is loose, and the rebound down to Mattis for USF. Howard hustles front court off to Bozeman. Bozeman dribbling. Bulls look to set it up, and they will against the man-to-man pressure. Nearly stolen by Jackson. A lazy pass again by Chris Howard. He had one picked earlier in the first half, and that was the critical play at the end of the Marquette game. Got to be strong with the passes, Jim.
Interesting to watch Coach McCollum throughout this contest. He does not want to get into an up-and-down game with the Irish, even if it means giving up a potential layup in transition. He'd rather pull it back out and use shot clock.
Mattis down on the right side to Howard. He backs down a smaller defender on the right block. Kicks it in the left corner to Saka. 14 on the shot clock. Out front to Howard. A catch, a dribble. Puts it up from 8 feet and hits. Nice shot there from number 24, the redshirt freshman, Chris Howard. Back off the double ACL surgery, gives USF their largest lead at 17-11. Torrey Jackson front court for the Bulls. Falls gets it over to Jackson. Colin Falls has been quiet so far in the half. Here's Herringody on the baseline. Missed the shot. Got his own rebound and put it in. Luke Herringody averages 11 a game. Had 21 and 13 rebounds in their win over Syracuse the other night. 17-13. Saka down the lane. He attacks. The shot was blocked out of bounds. Last touch by Notre Dame. Jesus Verdejo in for the Bulls. Amu Saka will sit down. Melvin Buckley back in for USF. So some substituting here by Coach Mack, and Melvin Richardson gets a well-deserved rest.
Herringody only played 14 minutes in that first game. 2 points, 3 rebounds. Absolutely neutralized by Kentrell Gransberry. So we'll be interesting to see what he can do with Gransberry on the bench. He's much bigger and stronger now than the others.
Inbounded. Here's Buckley down the lane. A jumper rattles and drops for Melvin Buckley. And the Bulls lead again by 6 at 19-13. And other than Russell Carter, they've not had much go right offensively. He's got 9 of their 13 points. Front court, Jackson dribbling, left side to Falls. He's open momentarily, and the three is good for Colin Falls. Out of the left corner, kid out of Park Ridge, Illinois. The Bulls hustle the other way. Verdejo dribbling on the wing. Hits Howard. He fires underneath. Catch by Mattis. His shot was blocked. What a play by Russell Carter of Notre Dame to block the dunk from behind. Quickly front court, Falls has it for the Irish. To our right, off to Zeller. They work it on the perimeter. Jackson dribbles, leaves it to Falls. Step back three, that's no good, and Buckley the rebound for USF. So Falls hit that three a moment ago, had an open look there that could have tied the game. Next dead ball, and officials timeout. Under 8 minutes to play in the opening half. Howard, Buckley, Bozeman, Mattis, Verdejo on the floor. Gransberry on the bench with 2 fouls. Coach Mack has left him there for about 8 minutes of clock time. Howard dribbling with 10 on the shot clock against the zone. Left side, Verdejo loads up the three. That's off the iron. Rebound down to Carter for Notre Dame. Russell Carter gets it off here to Torrey Jackson. Jackson has assumed the full-time point guard duties after their floor leader Kyle McIlharney was dismissed from school for a marijuana arrest. Right side, a jumper no good by Carter. The rebound is loose and it's out of bounds off Notre Dame, and it will give us the officials timeout. The under 8 minute timeout at 7:17 on the clock. 19-16 a USF lead. This is USF Bulls basketball. Let's go. This was the stage in South Bend when we crumbled.
This is going to come back and haunt them here. They just don't. They don't take them anymore.
You got to have him to run the offense through him to open it up.
Right.
especially if they're playing zone.
If we take 10 in this game, it'll be a miracle.
Back at the Sun Dome on this Saturday night, USF and Notre Dame Irish first ever trip in here. They won the previous 2 meetings at their place last season and 13 days ago. Bulls fans, a reminder that Zimbo's Bull Ring is the home of the USF Bull Session with Coach Mack. We come to you on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Now, this week at Zimbo's, head football coach Jim Levitt will be there for National Signing Day. Bonus coverage, signing day for the college football recruits on Wednesday. Coach Levitt will be there Thursday night at 7. The 8 p.m. USF Bull Session will actually originate not only from Freedom Hall, but from here in Tampa. You and the coach will be at Freedom Hall. I'll be here in Tampa. But stop by Zimbo's anytime there at Fowler in Nebraska. And particularly on Thursday nights, typically we're there with the head coach, but the Bulls will spend some extra time in Louisville this Thursday. Jim Levitt and the football guys will be there. Jim Lauk and Mark Robinson Thursday at 7 p.m. at Zimbo's Bull Ring, home of the USF Bull Session, with coaches Levitt and McCullum. USF will inbound here. The Bulls start the game 7 of 18 from the floor. Notre Dame not much better at 6 of 18. The ball inbounded to Howard. Notre Dame pressuring in the backcourt. Buckley with it, cross court to Howard. Got to get it across midcourt. They do. Bozeman on the left wing thought about the 3, and the Bulls will set it up. To our left in the home wide, Howard, Buckley, Bozeman, Mattis, Melvin Richardson on the floor. Buckley on the right wing with 15 on the shot clock. The Bulls up by 3. In the middle, Mattis a catch. They look for the high-low. Off a screen. Buckley collects. 3 ball, too strong. Rebound, Mattis on the backside. Put it up and in. McHugh Mattis off a 20-point, 9-rebound, 6-block shot night against Marquette on Sunday. And USF a 5-point lead. They led by 6 earlier in the half a couple of times. Falls drops it down to Kurz. He backs on Howard. He dumps it underneath. The ball is stripped. It's picked up, and Heron Godey is fouled by USF on the inside, and Melvin Richardson gets his second. Thought Solomon Bozeman was going to steal it there, Jim. Go ahead.
Well, this is what I was talking about earlier with Heron Godey. He's so big, he's so strong, 250 pounds, and with Kentrell Gransberry on the bench, the Bulls don't have anyone that can neutralize his size under the basket rebound.
Heron Godey to the free throw line where he is 83% this season. Foul shot is good. Notre Dame will check Zach Hillsland back into the game for Rob Kurz. Kurz in the 2 games at South Bend really played well against USF. Hasn't done much tonight. Heron Godey, 2-time Big East Rookie of the Week already this year, makes them both. Wide body, 6'9" and about 270 pounds. Makes both free throws, 21-18, the Bulls in front. Buckley backcourt against the double team, dribbles across the timeline and hits Chris Howard, and Notre Dame drops back on defense. Howard dribbling against the 2-3 zone. Bulls milking that 35-shot clock every time down. Howard on the left side to Bozeman. They wanted Richardson down low. Solo didn't see him. On the right side to Howard. 10 on the shot clock. Chris dribbling to the right wing in the middle to Richardson. He flips it left side to Bozeman. He's left alone. His 3 off the back iron. The rebound is tipped around. The ball is out of bounds. And what do we have? It's off USF. Bulls fans wanted a foul on Notre Dame. Colin Falls shoving at McHugh Mattis, but a no call by the officials.
And Notre Dame has settled back in that zone. They're going to force the Bulls to try and shoot 3-point shots, something they're not comfortable with. Again, the ball fake and the hesitation and pump fake. It's going to move that zone. They're getting open looks. You got to knock one of these down at some point.
Notre Dame will bring it up. Coach Mack up off the bench. We'll say something to the official here about McHugh Mattis getting shoved down, I would think. Torrey Jackson front court for Notre Dame. They trail by 3. Ryan Ayers on the left wing. Good perimeter shooter at 6'9". They have several big guys that can hit the outside shot. Torrey Jackson against the man-to-man. Right side to Falls. He's dangerous. He'll pop it from 19 and hit. Colin Falls, 14 a game. Makes it 21-20 Bulls. Front court Bozeman. Off to Howard. Back to Bozeman with a ball fake against that zone. And the Bulls stretch it back out again and work on the clock. Again, they're doing all of this in the first half, with Kentrell Gransberry on the bench for the last 11 minutes of clock time since picking up his second foul at the 16-minute mark. Bozeman 15 on the shot clock on the left wing. In the middle to Howard. Touch pass down low. Great look to Mattis. He lays it in. Assist to Chris Howard. 3 assists for him. McHugh Mattis 8 points in the early part of the game. It's 23-20 USF. Hillsland out front, almost walked with it. Leaves it to Ayers. A head fake, a dribble. A 15-footer is no good. Rebound battle for, and Howard has it for USF. And again, the Bulls will be deliberate, walking it up. By design, Coach Mack says slow it up. He fires underneath, does Howard. To Mattis, back down, turn, shot no good. Tip it up and in. McHugh Mattis on the follow. And the Bulls lead again by 5. Quickly, Torrey Jackson dribbling. Leaves it to Falls on the right wing. Thought about the 3. Notre Dame sets it up to our right in the road blue. Jackson dribbling. Out front, Hillsland. His shot is too strong, but it rattles in. Off the back iron, came all the way off and then rattled in good. Zach Hillsland makes the jumper for his first 2. It stops a little mini USF spurt as Howard brings it front court. Puts it on the right side to Mattis. Under 4 minutes to go in the opening half. Buckley on the left wing to Bozeman. Bozeman throws it away, but a foul is called on Hillsland. Shoving against McHugh Mattis. And Jim, I think that's his 3rd foul. A big foul for Notre Dame, and we get timeout on the floor. Timeout with the score. USF 25, Notre Dame 22. 3:54 to go in the opening half. Let's take a break. This is USF basketball. There's a bailout there, a little shove on the back.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Everything good, Steve? Thank you.
It's nice to see for a change.
Well, they're not aggressive rebounding-wise. I don't think. Back here at the Sun Dome, the Bulls lead Notre Dame 25-22. USF at 42% from the floor, 10 of 24. Notre Dame is 38%, 8 of 21 from the floor. The Bulls out rebounding the Irish 15-14. McHugh Mattis 10 points, 5 boards. The lead USF, Russell Carter, 9 points, leads Notre Dame. The Bulls again resting their best low post threat in Kentrell Gransberry after he got his 2nd foul with 16 minutes to go. USF fans, you can fly high with Bulls basketball canes at Chick-fil-A. Register to Canes or Save on Furniture, but my advice is do it quickly. For 2 people to go to the Bulls road game with Louisville coming up on Saturday in Louisville. Grand prize includes airfare, hotel, transportation, and game tickets. No purchase necessary. See a Canes or Save on Furniture. Get a free Chick-fil-A sandwich for stopping in. And I would think you probably got to go like tomorrow or Monday because we're drawing a winner shortly to go to Louisville on Saturday. The Bulls will be on the road for 2 at St. John's Wednesday and then at Freedom Hall, legendary Freedom Hall, next Saturday afternoon. And I notice you have circled their points off turnovers. Notre Dame 0. Bulls with 5 turnovers. Irish with 5 turnovers. And the Bulls also doing a good job on the offensive board, James.
Absolutely. 6 offensive rebounds, 9 second chance points, and just 2 for Notre Dame. Those are categories that the Bulls usually struggle in.
Howard inbounds to Mattis. The Bulls at the offensive end. McHugh gets it on the right side to Howard off a screen. Richardson, Bozeman, and Buckley on the floor. Cross-court pass to Bozeman on the left side. He leaves to Buckley. Notre Dame going man-to-man. 20 on the shot clock. And again, the Bulls willing to burn that shot clock down inside of 10 before they make a move. 25-22, the USF lead. Here it is, 10 on the shot clock. Howard dribbling 40 feet from the bucket on the left side. Picks up the dribble. It's it to Mattis with 5 on the shot clock. A head fake. He drives down the lane. Hangs in the lane. The shot no good. The rebound is tipped. Richardson got it. Richardson put it up strong. It's no good. Richardson got it back. Fires out front to Howard. Sets his feet. His 3 is good. That's the first made 3 of the season for Chris Howard. 28-22. The Bulls lead by 6. On court, Notre Dame with Zeller had it slapped away. Falls has it. They move to our right. Here's Carter dribbling. Carter got caught in the air. Fires off to Falls. The Bulls are on him. Now Falls will shoot for 3. That's no good. Rebound Howard for USF. The Bulls will bring it across the timeline to our left. And Coach Mack again with 2 hands up. Almost like a crossing guard telling people don't cross the street right now. Let's just slow it up. Work on that clock. Minimize the scoring chances of Notre Dame. Out front, Howard with a catch. Passes right side to Bozeman. He dribbles, drives down the lane, leaves out front. There's nobody there. Notre Dame steals. Torrey Jackson one-on-one driving, leaves to the trailer, falls. He attacks and lays it in. Bad pass by Bozeman. It results in a 3-on-1, and Colin Falls the layup. That's their first points off of turnovers in this first half. Come up on 2 minutes remaining. Bulls have maintained a lead most of this half. Howard dribbles to the left wing, picks up the dribble. He's in real trouble. Fires out front to Buckley. Buck looks over the defense with 50 on the shot clock, dribbling himself. Leaves it back to Howard. Buckley with 2 points in the first half. Howard dribbles to the left wing. Fires cross court to Mattis with 6 on the shot clock. McHugh keeps the dribble, picks it up. Heads Bozeman out front. A long distance three is good. Bingo! Solomon Bozeman. He struts back down the floor, and the Bulls have their largest lead, 31-24. Here comes the crowd as Carter drives down the lane, hangs, off-balance shots on air ball. Rebound USF. Excellent defense, and the Bulls on a 10-4 run get the rebound. Crowd letting Russell Carter have it after the air ball. Howard front court dribbling. How about Solomon Bozeman about 5 feet behind the line making that three. Howard out high to Mattis. Dribbling, crossover dribble on Kurz. Forced up a shot that's no good, and there's nobody underneath but blue shirts. And Notre Dame takes a timeout with 1:04 to go in the half. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. And Solomon Bozeman's big three gives the Bulls a 7-point lead. A little bit of a wild shot there, though, Jim, in the half court.
McHugh Mattis being forced to play out on the perimeter a little bit so far in this game, a lot more than he would like. But, you know, their offense continues to move further and further away from the basket because of the lack of presence of Kentrell Gransberry in foul trouble. And that's why Mattis is having to put the ball on the floor. And Buckley, I'm surprised, has been taken out of this game pretty much by Carter.
As Russell Carter made his first couple of shots, we now look up and he's only 3 for 10, and they have not had a very good shooting first half. Favorable conditions right now for the Bulls here at home with the game 31-24. What are you looking for, guys? We do not. No, they have it right over here. The officials are asking us about whether or not they have the play-by-play, and I think they may be checking on the clock, Jim, about whether or not time came off the clock or not.
I had it at 1:04. That's where it still sits at.
The officials are checking into that at the moment at the scorer's table. It is Notre Dame's ball as we resume. Coach Mack sends Buckley, Bozeman, Saka, Richardson, and Mattis out there. And again, what a bonus if USF plays the entire first half, maintains the lead, is in control, and Kentrell Gransberry basically didn't play the last 16 minutes. What a bonus.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Coach McCullum has the luxury of keeping the big fella on the bench, not even taking a chance of a third foul. And McHugh Mattis has played sensational on the glass, but Melvin Richardson, I thought, TJ, has really given the Bulls some good minutes, gotten some rebounds, but more importantly, setting big screens.
Coach Mack getting the explanation as to what this is. They were checking the shot clock, I'm told, as to whether the shot clock was right. And Notre Dame inbounds the basketball. That doesn't make that much of a difference in this situation with a minute to go in the half. Down the lane, it's Jackson. He had it stripped, but the Bull was out of bounds. Bozeman was out of bounds as he took it away. 26 on the shot clock, under a minute to go in the first half. Jim will have scores from around the country. A special guest, Dave Gavitt, the initial Big East commissioner, will join him at halftime. On the inbound, a three ball is good for Colin Falls of Notre Dame out of the right corner. Falls makes his second three. Their best three-point shooter. Bozeman front court with 45 seconds left in the half, and the Bulls up 31-27. Need a good shot here. On the left side, Saka. Coach Mack wants a timeout and gets the timeout. The Bulls will talk it over here. So Colin Falls on the inbound, able to hit the three. 10 points for him in the opening half. And the young man out of Park Ridge, Illinois, who made over 100 three-pointers last year, needs only 10 three-pointers now for the all-time Notre Dame record. Deadly outside shooter, makes that one to stop the USF scoring run, which was a 10-4 run.
And again, they have 5 guys on this roster that have made 15 threes or more on the season. So it's not like USF. With the Bulls, typically it's Solomon Bozeman or Melvin Buckley, and occasionally Jesus Verdejo will even attempt a three. But for the Irish, you have to guard 5 different guys.
Notre Dame again without Kyle McIlarney, a kid that was arrested for possession of marijuana in late December and was actually kicked out of school for this semester. His family very upset with the university. McIlharney had made 26 threes in the opening part of the season. They're obviously without him. They've had to go to the freshman point guard, Torrey Jackson, to run the show. The officials, again, are talking at the scorer's table about the shot clock and the game clock, making sure that that is right. There's 38 on the game clock, 23 on the shot clock, late first half. And again, ultimately, this is not that big of a deal to have that match up because clearly USF has to shoot it well before the half is over. And the officials are looking, I'm assuming, to make sure it is a timing situation and that the time is right. There is no television per se for this game tonight to look at a TV replay. There is an in-house feed that's being used for the replay boards. And one of the officials continues to look to make sure that the clock is correct. The delay continues here. Mattis, Howard, Buckley, Richardson, and Bozeman. Go ahead.
They're actually looking at the last play from Falls to see whether or not it was a three-pointer.
And it looks like his feet may have been on the line, and that is what they're looking at with the replay upstairs to see if Colin Falls' three. Those toes are very close, yes, and the officials are able to look at a replay that's an in-house replay. It's the only replay that there apparently is. And it's one of those things like in the NFL. If it's not indisputable visual evidence, that's their phrase, you're not going to be able to overturn it. And
I don't think they can overturn this.
Yeah. But I've been surprised many a time watching games and working games on the Buccaneer broadcast that what you think is indisputable is ruled not, and then what you think is not indisputable suddenly is overturned. The refs are chalking it over, and they want to look at that replay one more time. And again, Colin Falls made a three-pointer out of the right corner. His left foot may have been on the line, but again, the replay that we're seeing in the arena and on the feed, it's tough to tell. They are going to call it a two-point shot.
It looked like his right foot, which was the second one to go down, was the one that got the line.
So the basket is a 2 and not a 3, and now USF will inbound. 38 seconds to go in the half with a 31-26 lead. Mattis, Bozeman, Richardson, Buckley, Chris Howard on the floor. Amazingly, the Bulls appear to be headed to the locker room with a lead, with Kentrell Gransberry not playing the last 16 minutes of the half with 2 fouls. Howard out front here to Bozeman. Bozeman dribbles, dumps it down in the low block to Mattis. He backs down. Cross-court pass to Buckley. Buck a catch, a dribble, a 17-footer. Hand in his face. The shot no good. The rebound tipped. Richardson can't save it. It's out of bounds. And Notre Dame will get it with 21 seconds to go. Jim with scores and a halftime guest coming up. Complete recap of this first half. Final possession for Notre Dame, we would think. They bring it across the timeline. Kerr's on the right side. Irish to our right. Down by 5. Out front to their best scorer, Carter. At 6'6", he leaves it to Torrey Jackson. Jackson off a high screen, dribbling. 5 seconds left. Dribbles to the left baseline. Shot was blocked from behind. Herringody put it up on the foul. The rebound loose. 1 second left and the half is over. The Bulls get a stop to end the half and lead it by 5. 31-26. And assistant coach Frank Burnell will put the headset on. Coach, good job in the first half. Tell me what your team was able to do well in that first half.
Well, we did a good job of keeping them off the offensive boards. We really battled them on the boards, which they really hurt us really bad up there at Notre Dame.
Coach, you're able to defend the three-point shot so far in this first half. Carter got some early, but you really shut him down after that.
Well, and Falls hit a couple of shots late. We just got to do a better job of switching out to take away shots and not worry so much about the mismatches.
Coach, good luck in the second half. Thank you.
Thank you.
Assistant coach Frank Burnell. 31-26, our halftime score. Jim is back after this timeout with scores and a special guest. This is USF Bulls basketball.
I think Leahy's bringing him, or I thought he was going to. Hey Dan, how you doing? Good to see you too. Have a seat. How about that? 16 minutes on the bench and they got the lead.
When he went out, I thought, oh, they played great, right?
Yeah. How about that little Buckley shot in the paint? Okay. Yes. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Sorry we don't have better weather for you down here this week.
It's all relative, Jim. I mean, it was 10 degrees at home and snowing, so, yeah.
I just drove up from Miami. I've been down there all week for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we left this morning. It was like 80 down there, just sticking to yourself, and they came up here. It was actually pretty cold.
Yeah. I saw that on the Weather Channel yesterday. It was like 45 in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But almost 85, 90 in Miami.
It's kind of moving its way down. See, they're going to have bad weather for the Super Bowl tomorrow.
I saw that.
Like rain.
Showers.
It'll be miserable.
Are you going back down?
No. We were broadcasting live down there all week. Okay. And got back about 3 o'clock this afternoon, so I'm on vapors right now.
I'm sure you had a little fun, too.
Yeah, this is the first year. The station goes to Super Bowl every year, but we've always had a midweek game. And I've never been able to go.
So the bye worked out great.
Yeah, it worked out perfect for a change. It's right down to Miami. We could drive down, drive back. Didn't have to fly or anything like that. It was great. It's a lot of fun. It's fun.
Well, we'll accept bribes if you want to, get that bribe, that bye in there this week every year.
I got to get all the way to Arizona next year.
Yeah.
Short jumper in the paint there from Melvin Buckley, and the Bulls had a 6-point lead at that point. It got as high as 7 in the opening half, and they now lead 31-26 on Notre Dame, the number 19 ranked team in the country. Bulls on top. Welcome back to the half. Scores and highlights coming up as well, but Dan Gavitt joins us now from the Big East Conference, and the Associate Commissioner for men's basketball. You've been on the job now, about a year and a half or so?
Right, Jim,
and obviously you have your hands full with this beast of a conference.
16 schools, 16 teams, coaches. It's a lot, but it's been a great year and a half of enjoyed working with the coaches and media and the administrators. It's been a very successful, I think, year and a half for the conference.
When you talk about the run this conference had in their first year, as many teams as they got into the NCAA tournament, then you move into year 2, and the standings start to flip-flop. I mean, that's some pretty good balance in the league when you start talking about a UConn team that's been so dominant in years past. Now they're down there just trying to fight to get to Madison Square Garden. Same thing with Cincinnati. I mean, that's a good problem to have when so many teams are clawing and scratching to get in that top 12.
Yeah, I think it is from the conference's perspective. You wouldn't want to be a coach in this league for sure.
Right.
It's so hard. But there's no question with last year we had so many teams that had older kids.
Right.
I think 14 of our 15 scorers from last year either graduated or went in the first round of the NBA draft. So this year is obviously a very young year. We knew that there were going to be a lot of good, young, talented teams, and with youth comes up and down play and some more parity than last year.
And it seemed like perfect examples. It seemed like UConn that has so many young bodies, and it's reflective in their record. A lot of people ask me, what has happened to UConn? Well, Jim Calhoun is in such a tough situation. Does he play a tough schedule like always and get their brains beat in and these kids lose confidence? Or does he play a soft schedule in the non-conference, get some wins, maybe build some confidence, but then you still have to go into that league at some point and play some tough games?
Yeah, and I think, I'm sure he's had some nights where he's, second-guessed, the strategy this year in terms of scheduling. But if you look at what they lost, their entire starting five, all their leading scorers, it made sense to schedule the way they did in the early season to get those guys some confidence and to get them some playing experience. But obviously, once you get to the conference, there are no easy nights.
Let's talk football for just a moment, because this has always been known as a basketball conference first, football conference second, but the success that the football programs have had, it has to carry over into all sports, because that name is out there 12 months out of the year now.
Yeah, it's been spectacular. I mean, obviously this season, football for the Big East was something beyond which we could ever imagine. We thought we'd have a good year. I think Nick Carparelli and Mike Tranghese did a nice job of setting up the television schedule with ESPN, kind of backload some of the bigger games, at least on paper. And as it turned out, they all delivered. The records were high at the end of the year. The games were great. The game the USF played at West Virginia was, they all worked out very well. And then obviously the teams played well, did well in the bowls, 5-0. Can't do much better than that. And it does build upon itself. It helps basketball. Certainly helped in our negotiations with ESPN last year when we were renegotiating a deal with ESPN.
Speaking of football, Jim Levitt holding up the PapaJohns.com Bowl trophy right now as some of the seniors are being saluted at midcourt. And I'm just curious as to what your father's take has been with all the success in the football, because as the first commissioner, everything was centered around basketball, but now they got to share the spotlight a little bit.
Yeah, and he knows that the landscape of college athletics changes often and a lot. And he certainly knows that Tranghese has done a great job in changing with the times, making sure that football was taken care of and done in the right way in the Big East. And he's thrilled, because he has such a passion for this conference, for all the people and the schools. That
it's his baby.
And even the schools that don't play football, he knows that it's important for football to be successful, for them to have success in basketball.
Dan, I appreciate you stopping by. As always, I wish we could have a little warmer weather for you, but I know it's a lot colder where you just came from.
Indeed, and Notre Dame said it was 8 degrees up there and snowing when they left South Bend, so they're happy to be here, except for the score at halftime. The Bulls are playing great, even without Gransbury.
It is. It's good to see USF on top 31-26. We'll take a timeout. More coming up at the half with the Bulls on top by 5. This is USF basketball.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Anytime I'm down here, I love doing it with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We will. We'll call on you.
Okay,
All
sounds
right.
good.
Hopefully we'll see you at the Garden.
Yeah, I'll tell you,
the way things are shaking out, I mean, we have some beatable teams coming up.
Yeah, if you win today, you got 3 wins. There's 10 schools with 4 or more.
Yeah.
3 puts you right in that group that is going to fight for those last 2 spots.
We play them. We play them twice. We play them. I mean, you got winnable games
coming
up.
They're all winnable games.
Yeah.
No question about it.
So,
I know that game is at Carnesecca.
Right.
But, they're hot and cold.
Right. I'll tell you what one I don't want to be kicking myself at the end of the season is this one right there.
That was a tough one, huh?
I done 10 years worth, and that was as devastating a loss as I've seen in 10 years.
Yeah.
And we've seen some devastating losses.
Yeah. I'm not surprised because we saw Robert before the game, and from a coach's perspective, you figure worst case you go into overtime, right? You never expect to lose in the last possession like that.
Never. It was tough.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Good seeing you.
Okay, take care. We'll talk to you later. Yes, give me a Howard 3 if you can, Steve. Okay. Oh, thank you.
Thanks for your support of Bulls Athletics.
How long we have left here, Steve?
Bulls fans, it's time for tonight's Blue Cross and Blue Shield challenge.
A little quicker than you thought. This is going to be a quick scoreboard. I'm just going to do the Big East scores and then come back to you.
B, move it back into place. C, support the limb comfortably. D, none of the above. The correct answer is B, move it back into place. Take the rest of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield challenge. For your chance to win great first prizes, visit www.helpchallenge.com. Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Florida, how can Florida Blue help you? Bulls fans, turn your
And a big one that put the Bulls up 6. The cushion right now is 5 at the half, 31-26 on Notre Dame. Welcome back to USF Basketball. Jim Lighthall with you as we look at scores from the Big East today. UConn with a win over Rutgers 61-50. They snap a 5-game losing streak. Villanova a winner at home against Louisville 57-53. West Virginia goes on the road to beat Seton Hall 81-70. Number 14 Marquette won their 7th straight, beating Providence 69-62 up in Milwaukee. And DePaul falls at Syracuse earlier today, 75-69. Eric Devendorf had 27. That's a career high for him there at the Carrier Dome. More coming up at the half. TJ Reeves will break down the box score for us in the opening 20 minutes. Most important statistic, Bulls on top 31-26 at the break. This is USF Basketball.
Congratulations, Carol. Courtney has played us again. Foster Car Sport Dogs, the perfect game day treat. Yours tonight at your local grocery store.
How was he at halftime? They've got the 92 team sitting right over here behind the bench. They're honoring them tonight, I thought. Yeah. 15-year thing. I think they're here tonight. Let's play the Mattis tip in, please. How about later in the game? You have that long 3 by Bozeman, or did you play it already? That's fine. That's fine. We'll live. Part of McHugh Mattis's 10 points and 6 rebounds. Welcome back here to intermission. USF leading Notre Dame 31-26. Mattis leads all scorers with those 10 points. 7 points for Chris Howard, including his first 3 of the year. We played you that highlight. 3 assists to go along with it. Kentrell Gransberry had only 3 points and 2 rebounds and played only 4 minutes in that opening half of the basketball game, as he committed 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes, did not play the rest of the half. So the good news is he should be rested as we get ready for half number 2. Melvin Buckley only 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting. Notre Dame led by Russell Carter, had 3 made field goals early in the game, and then not much after that. 9 points for him. Colin Falls with 9 points, including a 3. Bulls out-rebound the Irish 20-18. 5 turnovers for Notre Dame to 4 for USF. The Bulls shoot 40% in the first half. Notre Dame 35%. The Irish had been 14-0 when leading at halftime. They are not leading at halftime. The magic number again, 70. When they get to 70 points, they've won 16 of the 17 games when they get there. Right now, they're a long way from there. The Bulls like the tempo, leading 31-26. Come back and see if USF can pull off the upset against number 21 Notre Dame when half number 2 gets underway straight ahead. This is USF Bulls basketball. That's fine. The assist from Howard to Mattis is fine. Did a quick one, Steve. That's good.
McHugh Mattis, 10 points, 6 rebounds.
It's our pace of play, brother.
Yes, it is. And if they stay cold from three-point land, then
one scoring run, they will knuckle, because they're not tough enough. That's why St. John's beat them at home. Well, part of McHugh Mattis's 10 points in half number 1 as USF leads it at intermission 31-26. Notre Dame will get the ball as we start the second half and move to our left in the road blue. Bulls break the huddle in the home white. Kentrell Gransberry back out there. Practically didn't play in the first half, only the first 3.5 minutes. Howard, Verdejo, Mattis, and Buckley join him, and we're underway in the second half with Torrey Jackson bringing it up against man-to-man pressure. Verdejo on the ball handler. Down in the low block is Herringody on the left side. Out front to Jackson. He fires for 3. That's no good. Rebound Mattis for USF. Again, they're cold from the outside. That's 2 for 10 beyond the arc. Not the way that Mike Bray wanted to begin the second half. Bulls to our right to McHugh Mattis. If you've joined us late, the Bulls maintain the lead most of the first half and play deliberate half-court basketball, milking the shot clock, as they're doing right now. Gransberry out front, man-to-man for Notre Dame. Big Kentrell gets it to Buckley. He sets his feet, shoots and hits the 3. A right wing 3 for Buckley, his first of the night. It's 34-26 and the largest USF lead. Jackson hustles front court, finds Russell Carter. Leaves it on the baseline to Hillsland. Hillsland dribbles and almost went out of bounds. Herringody on the left side. His shot no good. The rebound is loose. It's out of bounds. It's off Notre Dame. And again, they can't really buy one from the outside after a couple of early makes by Carter. They've had real struggles shooting the basketball. That's good news for the green and gold gang. Bulls in the front court to McHugh Mattis. Out front to Buckley. Left side to Verdejo. USF trying to build on an 8-point lead, their largest, led by 6 a couple of times in the opening half. Here's Buckley dribbling. Puts it up in traffic and hits with a hand in his face from 10 feet, Melvin Buckley. 7 for Buckley. It's a 10-point lead, and Notre Dame the other way. Irish get it off to Colin Falls. Baseline Hillsland. Dumps underneath Herringody. He puts it in on the left side. So Notre Dame finally gets the hoop. That stops an 11-4 USF run. Here's Mattis attacking and dunking it with 2 hands. McHugh quickly the other way with the dunk. Now Notre Dame back the other way. Carter on the right side. He hits the three. And Notre Dame will take a 30-second timeout as Russell Carter buries the three. So it's 38-31. Helter-skelter play. At one end, Mattis was dunking, and lightning quick at the other. Russell Carter a right wing three. And both teams will get to talk it over after the made three-point shot. There's a full timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. And Jim, far cry different from back on Wednesday night when Notre Dame blistered Syracuse for 61 first-half points. They had only 26 first-half points tonight in this basketball game. And Coach Mack right now, I can see him. He is animated in the timeout huddle to our right. I'm sure much of that is about pace of play. Get back, get on the outside shooters as Russell Carter hit that three a moment ago. He's been cold, though, after making a couple of initial shots. You just have to hope that Notre Dame continues to shoot the ball inconsistently, James.
Yeah, well, Carter didn't have a good day shooting the ball last time. He went 4 of 13. He started hot here this afternoon, but he had cooled off. Remember, Jackson came out and took the first three for the Irish here in the second half. He's only a 14% three-point shooter. They want to play off him, make him take that three-point shot, and not Falls or Carter.
It's a Notre Dame team that, while they've been very good at home, at 15-0, is only 3-4 on the road and has only one road win. That was that win over Syracuse in league play. Losses to Georgetown, Villanova, and a last-second loss to St. John's. And for the Bulls, with their hopes to go to New York in the Big East tournament, hinging on taking advantage at home, got to get this one tonight. 3 home games remain after this one. This potentially is a third conference win. It would put the Bulls in the mix with teams like St. John's and UConn and Seton Hall and Providence. But you got to finish this game off. Long way to go. 18 minutes remain, and Howard takes the inbound, brings it up across the timeline to our right. Off to Verdejo. Man-to-man Notre Dame. Buckley kicks out, catches, fires right side to Mattis. 20 on the shot clock. Here's Gransberry. Kentrell on the right wing to Buckley with a head fake. A dribble, a 15-footer. It's short, no good. Rebound, Gransberry. Put it up strong and in. Kentrell strong in the paint on the offensive board. He scores on the putback. It's 40-31. Jackson front court. Gets the ball to Hillsland at 6'9". Back to Jackson. Notre Dame to our left. The Falls on the left wing. Mattis on him with the long arms. Down low, Herringody had it picked. It's stolen. Buckley comes up with it. It was Verdejo who knocked it away from the big man. And the Bulls again will look to slow it up. Coach Mack holding up that right hand, saying, let's be patient with it. Methodical pace of play by design to keep Notre Dame from playing the up-tempo style they want to play. Verdejo picks up his dribble. He hands to Howard. 15 on the shot clock. Howard dribbles down on the left side. Off-balance shot off the window. No good. And Notre Dame a nice blockout. They rebound the ball with Jackson. Torrey Jackson runs over Chris Howard, and a blocking foul is called. Crowd doesn't like the call. Coach Mack didn't like the call. Howard picks up the foul with the body. It's his second. Coach Mack says he was set. The official shakes his head and says no.
I'll tell you, it's not even easy just to get over there in front of Jackson, charge or no charge. Howard isn't the quickest guy in the world. He just guessed right on Jackson and almost got a cheap one there.
Notre Dame will inbound. They're looking to wipe up some perspiration off the floor from where Howard hit the deck a moment ago. Howard 7 points, 4 assists. Mattis 12 points, 7 rebounds. Buckley 7 points, 6 boards. Coach Mack was really thrilled with Buckley's 9 rebounds in the narrow loss Sunday to go along with his 15 points. The toughness USF has showed, and this is not the toughest of teams they're playing tonight in terms of physical play down low. Even though Herringody's got the big body, he's about the only one. They inbound. Jackson dribbles on the left wing. Off to Falls with a ball fake. A dribble. A shot with a hand in his face is a boulder. No good. Rebound is loose. Mattis tried to save it. It did. Verdejo went and got it. Bulls out hustling there on the 50-50 ball. The Fighting Irish. Howard front court. Howard looks underneath. Fires cross court to Mattis. McHugh a dribble and walked with the ball. Gransberry was calling for it down low, and they couldn't get him the ball. Turnover for USF. Only the Bulls' 5th of the night. They've taken great care of it. 40-31, USF leads, and Notre Dame hustles the other way. Jackson dribbling, leaves to Falls off the screen. The Bulls do a good job getting a hand in his face. Falls dumps down low. Herringody puts it up and in on the left side. Luke Herringody with the layup. Herringody a solid game so far. 8 points and 6 boards. Howard front court to Verdejo. Out front, Buckley a catch. Bulls to our right in the home white. Mattis with it. Again, milking the shot clock. They're working on the perimeter. Howard down low to Buckley against the double team. Buckley fires inside to Mattis. His finger roll layup is no good. McHugh went for it, and what do we have? A foul on Notre Dame on Jackson reaching around Mattis for the reach-in foul. That's their first of the half.
And Buckley, again, putting the ball on the floor. His ability to attack the basket, something the coaching staff has worked on so hard with him, because once you get the label as being a spot-up shooter, people are going to run out at you. His ability to put the ball on the floor and attack has helped.
Absolutely. The ball lobbed into Buckley, and Falls flops, and they call an offensive foul on Buckley. Not much contact there, and Coach Mack bows his head and wipes his brow, kneeling next to us. That was not much, partner.
Probably would not have been called had he not lowered his shoulder just a hair.
Well, Notre Dame gets the benefit of the offensive foul. That also counts as a turnover. It's number 6 for USF. 40-33, the Bulls in front. Irish hustle in the front court. 4 minutes into the second half. Next dead ball and officials timeout. The foul on Buckley was his first. Right side falls off a screen. 3 is no good. Rebound is loose, and it's out of bounds off Notre Dame, and that'll give us the timeout. Timeout on the floor. 15:51 to go. USF leads 40-33. Let's take a break. This is USF Bulls basketball. He's giving him an earful about the flop. They're going at it right here. I can't see him now, but he's still ticked. Thank you. He's still jawing with him. He may get one right here. It wasn't his call on the flop. I think he might be mad about the one about Chris Howard down here.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's going back to.
Looks like we have a winner. It's going to be the Bulls side. Chip Delaney, number 35, location serving you throughout Tiffany.
40-33, USF leading Notre Dame. Welcome back. TJ Reed, Jim Whitehall with you courtside here at the Sun Dome. And Bulls fans with USF leading by 7. Time for tonight's Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida Health Tip Challenge. Tonight's question, what's the best treatment for dislocated joints? A, apply ice. B, move it back into place. C, support the limb comfortably. D, none of the above. Correct answer would be B, move that joint back into place. Check the rest of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida Health Tip Challenge for your chance to win great Bulls prizes at www.healthtipchallenge.com. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida. How can Florida Blue help you? And Jim, we noticed during the timeout that head coach Robert McCullum, and I believe that's official Pat Driscoll, not quite sure on the names of all of these guys here tonight. I believe that is Pat Driscoll. He and Coach Mack spent about 45 seconds of his 2-minute timeout in a heated discussion over, I believe, that blocking foul on Chris Howard that was called earlier. And I think USF's coaching staff a little upset with the inconsistency on the charge block tonight, James.
Yeah, the Bulls haven't gotten that call yet all night. And Chris Howard thought he had one against Torrey Jackson, and that wasn't the case earlier.
Buckley will inbound. Notre Dame picking up full court. Buckley fires it into Mattis. They double team him in the backcourt. McHugh a dribble. Lofts it front court to Bozeman. It's a 2-on-1 with Gransberry. He flips it left side to Howard. A ball fake. And he'll pull it up and now throw it away. Wow, bad pass right to Notre Dame. Jackson fires front court to Falls. He drives, runs over Buckley. There's the offensive foul. Buckley was set. Foul on Falls, and the Bulls take the charge there. Well, you lobby long enough, you're eventually going to get that call. And Melvin Buckley was waiting and waiting for Colin Falls to run him over. And that's Falls' first foul.
He paid for that one dearly. Buckley is limping because he took the full brunt.
Ball inbounded to Howard. They go back to the full court pressure. Long front court pass to Bozeman. An alley-oop lob for Mattis. He couldn't handle it. Rebound is down to Gransberry. He's fouled hard and will shoot 2. Kentrell bodied inside. Bozeman was looking for the alley-oop. Mattis couldn't quite field it. And it was Herringody with the foul with his second. Hillsland has 3. He's out there. And Kentrell Gransberry at the line to shoot 2.
Notre Dame has gone to this full court pressure. They're trying to create some more offense off of their defense. and they're not really known for doing that, TJ. They don't turn people over very quickly. Gransbury makes the first. But again, a team that averages 83 points per game sitting at 33, Mike Bray's got to try and make some adjustments.
It's a good point that you make. They want to speed USF up by doing so, and the Bulls have obliged them a couple of times on fast breaks the last 2 trips. Kentrell's second free throw is no good. He made the first, missed the second, and Notre Dame the rebound. Gransbury 6 points, 4 boards. Notre Dame brings it up with Colin Falls on the baseline to Hillsland. Hillsland backing down off to Carter. Carter down the lane. Pull up pop from 8 feet is good for Russell Carter, who leads all scorers with 14 now in the game. Again, he hit a couple of early shots, didn't do much else in the first half, has now hit a couple of early shots in the second half. 41-35 USF leads. Howard out front to Mattis against the man-to-man. McHugh looking and throws the ball away. Well, it looked like Gransbury was open, Jim. McHugh didn't throw it to him and then threw it behind Chris Howard and out of bounds for an unforced turnover there, which is the Bulls' 8th of the game. And quickly, Carter the other way, launches for 3. That's no good. Rebound, Gransbury. Hands to Bozeman. Bulls to our right. Hustle front court. Buckley to Bozeman in the corner. Bozeman wants the 3. It's no good. Rebound is loose, and it's out of bounds off USF and McHugh Mattis. And that was a quick shot by Bozeman, and I think he's going to take a seat. Well, Moose Saka will check in, and Bozeman will sit down. That's not what Coach Mack wanted in the half court there, and he's about to let the freshman know that. Torrey Jackson brings it up. Again, the Bulls have a 6-point lead. You wait for Notre Dame to try to make a run. They went on a couple of big runs in South Bend, a 21-2 and about a 14-2 in the second half. Near turnover down low. Kersh, his shot blocked by a Moose Saka of USF, and the Bulls have it. Saka blocked Kersh straight up. 6'6", blocking 6'10". Howard across the timeline, 6 minutes into the game. Mattis out front. McHugh against the man-to-man to our right. Finds Howard on the right wing. Now down low. Gransbury has it in the wheelhouse. On the right block, and a blocking foul on Notre Dame as Kentrell turned to the basket. The foul was called, and Kentrell may have gotten hit in the nose. Actually, I think his contact may have come out. He's going to go see trainer Jen Ross over on the bench. The foul was on the floor, and Kentrell may have to come out of the games here for just a second. Notre Dame will check Zeller, a big man, back in. And Kersh has been battling an injured right foot, and he has not really been effective tonight, Jim.
Absolutely. I was just looking back at the box score there. The guy doesn't have a point in the game. Averages 14 per night. Had 20 points and 10 rebounds in the first matchup and 4 blocks, but he has been a complete non-factor so far.
Kentrell also getting his nose looked at as well as the contact in the eye, and so they'll check Melvin Richardson will the Bulls into the game while he gets tended to on that end of the bench. 6 minutes gone in the second half. The ball into Richardson in the corner. Off to Saka. He dribbles, floats, and puts it in off the window. The freshman Saka with a strong move in the hoop. It's 43-35. Notre Dame the other way. Torrey Jackson, the freshman point guard out of Saginaw, Michigan, dribbling, and Saka gets a holding foul on Falls. That's one way to stop him from getting open on the wing, is to bear hug him.
Well, Falls doesn't really create his own shot very well, and he relies on those double screens, those stagger screens to get himself free, and Saka just rode him.
Notre Dame trying to inbound on the right baseline after the third USF foul. On the inbound, Zeller shoots for 3. That's no good. Jackson missed the follow. Rebound, Saka for USF. He's called for the walk going to the floor, and the crowd erupts again. They thought Saka was pushed down. The officials say no, it's a travel. And Kentrell Gransbury will quickly check back in for the Bulls. Gransbury will come in. Richardson will sit down. Saka lost his balance, but they could have called Notre Dame for a nudge there. Did not. 43-35, the Irish will inbound. It actually counts as a 9th turnover. Ball inbounded to Zeller, the big man who missed that jumper a moment ago. He hands to Falls. The Bulls let him shoot it, and he hits. You can't do that. That's a guy you cannot leave alone on a set play. Colin Falls hits the 3. 12 points for him, his second tray of the night. It's 43-38. Howard in the front court. On the right side to Mattis, and the Bulls again will be deliberate with that shot clock. Mattis in the middle to Gransbury, hands to Howard. Howard attacks, puts it up strong, and it's no good. That's not going to make the coaching staff happy. He forced that between 2 guys. Falls in the front court, dribbling on the left side, floats it down low. Catch by Kersh, lay it up, no good. Rebound battle for. Bulls can't get it. Notre Dame tracks it down with Falls. Howard went to the floor, and again, he's battling the surgically repaired left knee. He has trouble accelerating and getting to any loose ball. Curves on the right wing of Jackson. Crowd chance defense. 24 on the shot clock. Jackson down the lane. Challenge Gransberry, who blocked his shot. Flat-footed on the floor. Quickly front court. A bad pass by Howard. Again, the Bulls sped up, and Falls brings it across the timeline. Leaves to Zeller. His three is no good. Rebound Gransberry. And the Bulls need to take their time here with 12.5 to go in a 43-38 lead. Howard brings it across midcourt. Finds Mattis. Mattis looks over the defense with 12:20 to go in regulation. Here's Gransberry. Looks to hand to Howard. He almost threw it away. Mattis has it. Leaves it in the corner. Saka dribbling and a pushing foul on Notre Dame. And Colin Falls. Their fifth foul of this second half. And we saw some turnovers as the Bulls sped up. And Solomon Bozeman checks in for Chris Howard here. I think Coach Mack will say something here to his redshirt freshman guard. Well, again, know the game plan, know the situation. When you're up by 5, you don't have to race and try to throw a quick pass. It got picked off earlier. Bozeman can't get it in. Lobs it in. Saka corrals a fresh 35, and Bozeman has it. Freshman out of Magnolia, Arkansas at 5'10", dribbling. Finds Saka on the right wing. Out front, Gransberry. 8 minutes gone in the second half. Next dead ball and officials timeout. On the right side, Buckley a catch, a whistle, and what do we have? A foul before the shot. A holding foul, actually a pushing foul on Carter, and that gives us the timeout. A foul on Notre Dame. The Bulls ball when we get back. 43-38, USF leads at 11:57 to go in the game. This is USF Bulls basketball. I mean, through two guys.
Well, this last
what
one
are you
was
doing?
Ready, set, and go. All right, right now the free throw, Kevin.
All right, I'll do Moffitt here. Thank you.
20 seconds to go.
I was relying on you to keep me on track as you did, Steve. Good job.
Look at here.
They're soft, bro.
Getting extra shots.
Other than him, they have no one else that has any desire to have contact.
Time's up. All right, Kevin, thank you for your participation in the Dodge Shootout contest. Dodge, grab life by the horn. We'd like to congratulate Christopher, who's the winner of today's.
Welcome back here to the Sun Dome. USF 43, Notre Dame 38 here on this Saturday night as the Bulls try to get their third Big East win, improve to 3-6 in league play against the Notre Dame team that beat them 13 days ago. Bulls fans, H. Lee Moffitt Cancer Center and Research Institute is USF's preferred charity, and the Bulls' fight against cancer is for Moffitt's sole mission to contribute to the prevention and cure of cancer. H. Lee Moffitt Cancer Center Research Institute is the preferred charity of USF Athletics. And for the Bulls, they shoot 5 of 11 in the second half, 45%. Notre Dame still struggling from the floor, 5 of 16, 31%. Rebounding edge 32-24 for USF. And I like the fact that the Bulls are tougher than this Notre Dame team tonight. They really do not have guys that want to mix it up down low.
No, Notre Dame traditionally this season, when they get out-rebounded, they struggle in the contest. And once again, they're getting out-rebounded in this game by USF by a wide margin. Now Bulls a +8 in that category and doing a great job offensively, too.
USF up by 5, 12 points for Mattis, 7 for Buckley. Kentrell Gransberry with 6 points and 8 rebounds. Chris Howard, 7 points and 4 assists. Howard with a couple of turnovers there a moment ago. Taking a seat. See if he'll come back in here at this stage. Chris will actually stay on the bench. Solomon Bozeman will stay in. And I know we're belaboring the pace of play point, but that's the biggest key for USF right now is they don't want to get in too big of a hurry as long as this is a 5-point, 6-point, 7-point lead. Take your time with possessions, even if you break backcourt pressure. Ball inbounded to Mattis. Fresh 35. They cut to Buckley. They throw it to Buckley. It's off his hands, out of bounds. Coach Mack's going, and stomping his foot. They had a inbound play diagram, and Buckley couldn't handle the pass for the turnover. And now the turnover's starting to mount up for USF. That was their 11th. They had only 4 at halftime. 7 of them in the first 8 minutes of the second half. Carter right baseline for Notre Dame to our right. They work at top of the key to Jackson. Jackson against the zone, left side to Falls. They leave him alone. The shot's no good. The long rebound tapped out. Jackson down low to Hillsland. He lays it in. Scouting report says don't leave number 15 alone. He's been open now at least 3 times in the second half. We're only 8 minutes in. So Notre Dame gets the hoop on the layup by Hillsland. 43-40. USF is led by as many as 9 in the second half. Bozeman almost lost it on the dribble. Flips it over to Buckley, back to Bozeman. 15 on the shot clock. He's 50 feet from the bucket near the midcourt stripe. Bozeman dribbling, got to go forward here. 10 on the shot clock. Bozeman still dribbling. Off to Verdejo. 5 on the shot clock. In the paint, it's Gransberry, a catch. Turns, puts it up with 1 on the shot clock. The shot no good, and Notre Dame has the rebound. A 2 would cut it to 1. A 3 would tie it. A long lead pass off Hillsland's hands, out of bounds. They turn it over on the fast break, not being patient, and their coach Mike Bray wipes his brow. That's a big turnover when they could have trimmed the lead further. USF with Bozeman, Buckley, Verdejo, Gransberry, Mattis on the floor. Chris Howard getting a rest here. See if they run a play for Gransberry in the low block. Mattis out front to Verdejo. There it is to Kentrell in the left block. He turns, put it up, and drew the foul. If I knew that I only had to ask for it, I would have asked for it about 2 minutes ago, James.
Well, the thing about Gransberry is how he gets open so often is that he sets a screen and then he just drops a pivot foot there and sits down, whether it's at the high post or at the low post. And he's got an opportunity now to make some free throws here. And the free throws have been few and far between in this game. As physical as it's been, this might decide the contest.
Gransberry's free throw is short but rattles in. A foul was on Hillsland. It's his 4th. Saka will check in. Mattis will sit down for USF. And Kentrell Gransberry, who is 3 for 6 at the line. The Bulls 7 for 10 on the night. Gransberry had the Notre Dame students taunting him for the free throw shooting in South Bend. The second free throw no good. The rebound loose. Saka goes to the floor, can't get it. Notre Dame has it. They hustle with Jackson front court. Down by 4. Off to Falls. Off a screen. He shoots and hits the 3. Colin Falls rips that one. And the Notre Dame fans in the building roar their approval. That's his 3rd made 3 of the night. Falls with 15 in the game to lead all scorers. It's 44-43 USF. Saka with a ball fake. Leaves it off to Bozeman. Bozeman dribbling off the screen. He'll shoot the 3 to get it back. It rims out, and Notre Dame the rebound. The Irish on a 10-3 run have the ball and can take the lead with under 10 minutes to go. We need the crowd to get in the game here. Falls has it again on the left wing off the screen. Dribbling, steps back, hand in his face. His 3 is good. He has ignited Notre Dame. Colin Falls. And the Bulls might need a timeout. That's a 13-3 run. And Coach Mack will take the timeout as Colin Falls out of Park Ridge, Illinois, buries his 4th 3 of the night. Their 6th 3 on the night, and they have shot their way back into it, Jim.
And 3 of their last 4 buckets have been 3-pointers by Colin Falls. And again, whenever a screener comes up for Falls, you can't assume that he's going to take the ball off of the dribble and drive to the basket. He is 9 times out of 10 going to step back away from the pressure because his range is about unlimited.
Falls now with 63 made trees on the year. Made the Big East honor roll for this week, for the week of January the 29th. 46-44, Notre Dame in front after the Bulls led by 9 here in the second half. The 13-3 Notre Dame run. And again for the Irish, looking to complete the season sweep. This is one of 3 teams, Louisville and DePaul are the other 2 that the Bulls will play twice. Must take advantage of this game tonight if you're USF. And the Bulls are trailing, Jim, for the first time I think since early in the first half of this game. Buckley will get it in to Howard, and he'll bring it across the timeline to our right. Verdejo, Gransberry, and Saka join them. Jesus a dribble, finds Chris Howard. Howard dribbles against the man-to-man, goes to the hoop, put it up, and drew the foul. Chris will go to the line to shoot 2 after the Notre Dame foul on Torrey Jackson, which is his 3rd. So 3 on him. 4 on Hillsland, who's on the bench. Or actually, Hillsland's still out there with a 4. And actually, Hillsland has sat down. And Chris Howard to the line to shoot 2 to try to retie the game. Howard at 55% on the season, and the free throw good. Bulls 8 for 12 from the stripe, and McHugh Madison for Melvin Buckley here. Buck will get a little rest. Coach Mack shakes his hand. Howard played for the first time against Louisville in conference play after a second ACL tear and a surgery last year. Both free throws are good. We're tied again at 46 apiece. Jackson front court with Kurz, Carter, Zeller, and Colin Falls. Verdejo is on Falls. Falls off the screen. They let him get free. He fires again for three. That's no good, and Notre Dame got the long rebound. Ball loose. Saka went for it. It's stripped. It's out of bounds off Notre Dame. How about the hustle out of Amu Saka? He's been everywhere. Four burns galore on the boards, and there he slapped it off the Notre Dame player.
The way Notre Dame's gotten the bulk of their offensive rebounds is those long three-point shots traditionally mean long rebounds, and they put so many people out on the perimeter, it's like having four rebounders out there to corral those. They almost got that one.
Notre Dame checks Hillsland and Herringody back in. Verdejo on the right side. 9 minutes to go in the game. We're tied at 46. Jesus dribbling against the man-to-man. Picks up the dribble and hands to Howard. See if the Bulls set it up here for Gransberry. On the right side, Mattis. He's got a player with 4 fouls on him on Hillsland. Howard dribbles to the left wing, 12 on the shot clock. Cross-court pass to Verdejo. A catch. Jesus dribble, drive, lay it up. No good. Rebound battle for Notre Dame had it. Big miss there. They come front court with Jackson. He drives down the lane. Head fake. Foul called on USF. A shooting foul. Foul on the inside as Torrey Jackson took it to the hoop, and the foul will go on USF and Chris Howard with the body. Boy, Verdejo just couldn't finish that play off at the other end, Jim.
He traditionally, TJ, will use his right hand on the left side of the basket. You know, that's just something you work on in the offseason. If he can develop that left hand, that's an easy layup and a bucket.
He's made some left-hand layups this year. Torrey Jackson shoots the free throw for Notre Dame short. Never got there. 62% on the season. He had a career high 19 in their win over Syracuse back on Wednesday night. Melvin Buckley in. Amu Saka sits down.
Buckley has not scored a point in the last 10 minutes of this game. They've got to get him involved offensively.
8.5 to go. Second free throw from the freshman Jackson. Rattles off the front iron. Two big misses, and the Bulls have the board with McHugh Mattis. McHugh 12 points, 11 rebounds. That is his fifth double-double of the year. Bulls front court. Mattis with it on our right. Dribbling on the right wing, flips it to Gransberry, hands to Howard. Howard dribbles towards the left corner, back to McHugh. McHugh a ball fake, right side to Verdejo. Against the man-to-man with 10 on the shot clock, off to Howard. See if they run the set play here for Gransberry. Howard dribble drive, shoots from 17, it rims out. Nice block out Notre Dame, and Falls has it. They look to retake the lead as we're under 8 minutes. Next dead ball and officials timeout. Their coach Mike Gray shouts out the offensive play and sits down. Out front Carter. Carter's dangerous at 6'6". Dribbles to the right wing. Crossover dribble. Haul-away jumper. No good on the right side. Rebound Herringody. Left corner to Falls. His three is good. And Colin Falls is sizzling in the second half. 21 for him. It's 49-46 Notre Dame. Bulls the other way with Mattis, and a whistle and a foul called on Herringody of Notre Dame on the inside. And Mike Bray upset. He is arguing vociferously at the other end as we get timeout on the floor. 7:27 to go. Timeout here, the Bulls ball when we get back. Foul on Herringody. The Bulls trail at 49-46. This is USF Bulls basketball.
Including t-shirts, hats, bubbles, scarf bags, earbuds, and many other great items. Please welcome to the court, USF Herd of Thunder featured swimmer, Caleb Pink.
How many more are we going to let him shoot, Coach?
Don't know. 24 is his season high. What's he at now? 21. Career high's 32. Can't let another one get away here, brother.
Got to execute on offense.
Yeah.
How many field goals do we have in the last 3 or 4 minutes?
We have none since the 13:59
There
mark.
you go. 6 minutes.
3 free throws.
Yes, sir.
The old 6-minute drought coming back again. They have 4 threes over that stretch.
Notre Dame has retaken the lead, 49-46 with 7:27 to play. Welcome back to Bulls basketball this Saturday. Great to have you with us. Golf Strategies, a proud supporter of USF Bulls basketball, and Golf Strategies has recently been appointed to operate the Claw, the USF golf course. If you've not been to the Claw lately, check it out. Presented a USF Athletic game ticket. Receive $10 off the regular round rate at the Claw. Promotion valid 1 week after each home game and based on availability. USF has seen Notre Dame take the lead by virtue of the fact that the Bulls have been on a drought, Jim Lighthall.
Absolutely. Last bucket coming at the 13:59 mark. That's about 6.5 minutes. Meanwhile, Notre Dame has knocked down 4 3-pointers over that stretch, including all 4 from Colin Falls.
Bulls have to execute here in the half court. The USF women winning earlier today against St. John's. Congratulations to Jose Fernandez's team, 74-61. I know at one stage that Jessica Dixon, the All-American candidate, had 28. I don't know what she finished with, but I think it was 28 that I saw with about 3 minutes left. An explosive day for her. As the ladies win again and appear to be right on track to be in the NCAA tournament for the second straight year, second time in their history. As we resume, USF will shoot free throws with Kentrell Gransberry, 1-1 after the foul on Notre Dame's Luke Herringody. These are big free throws with a 3-point deficit. Need both of these from the big fella out of Baton Rouge, who battled foul trouble in the first half. Free throw is good. Nice feathery touch. 8 points, 8 boards for him. Rebounding edge has narrowed to 33-32. It was about an 8-point or an 8-board advantage earlier for USF in this half. Gransberry's second free throw is good, and the lead narrowed to 1. Notre Dame with Jackson bringing it up. Herringody, Carter, Falls, and Hillsland. Colin Falls lighting it up, and Mattis on him this trip. Down low, Herringody looks to back down, leaves it to Jackson left corner. Notre Dame to our left. They flip it in the corner to Falls. Mattis right on him. Pair of 15s against each other. Hillsland drives the baseline and stepped on the baseline and turned it over. Bulls get the turnover, which is the 10th for Notre Dame in the game.
Nice backside help from Kentrell Gransberry. And again, he had 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the game, but has not picked one up since.
Played very smartly in the second half to stay out there, and should be well rested as Howard brings it up. Howard fires underneath the Mattis in the left block. McHugh takes his man, spins, puts it up and in. And the lead for USF on a fantastic move.
How about a drop step and a spin?
He left Hillsland in his shoes, standing still on that spin move. Herringody right block. Here comes the crowd. Right side Hillsland with 6.5 to play. Back to Herringody. Backs down Gransberry. Back to Hillsland right wing. Dribbling on Buckley. Lefty shot no good. And Gransberry goes and gets the board. Outlet to Howard. He fires front court to Verdejo. Back to Howard. Chris catch. 15-footer. No good. Rebound Gransberry. Ball loose. Buckley tried to tap it. Buckley got it and called a timeout. Yes, sir. Hustle play for Melvin Buckley. He gets the timeout with 6:17 to go. And the Bulls will get possession right back with a 1-point lead. And we're seeing Kentrell Gransberry's presence at both ends. He stopped Herringody from going to the hoop at one end. Got the offensive rebound at that end. Kentrell 9 points and 10 boards, headed for another double-double. And Jim, in about 3 more games, he's going to qualify for the Big East lead in rebounds, which right now, statistically, he's leading the league.
Yeah.
He just hasn't played in enough games to, by conference rule, qualify for the rebounding title. Kentrell's made a difference in his second half, and the Bulls with a crucial possession here. They'll all become big with this a close game in the late minutes.
Well, the loose ball has really been a big play in this game so far. And USF, we saw a Musaka on the far side sideline go to the floor and create a turnover right there. Buckley goes to the floor. This team is leaving it all on the floor today.
The effort has been there, and we saw such a great effort Sunday and great execution up until the very end when the Bulls turned it over and Marquette beat this team by 2. Can the Bulls finish it tonight up 1? The inbound, Howard dribbles to the lane, put it up from 5. No good. Rebound Mattis, and he is fouled, trying to put it back up. Rob Kerr's got the foul, and McHugh Mattis will shoot 2 for USF. And flat out, the Bulls outworking Notre Dame on their offensive end to go get rebounds.
And it's when McHugh Mattis and Kentrell Gransberry are on the floor at the same time. I mean, they seem to sputter when one or the other's on the bench, but it gives them some punch down there.
Mattis' free throw didn't get there. Short, no good. He has the second of 2 coming up. Bulls 11 of 16 from the line. McHugh 14 points, 12 boards. USF with 5 blocks. I don't know how many they've credited McHugh with tonight. Bends the knees, second free throw, arcs it in. 2-point USF lead at 51-49. The Bulls have done what they wanted to do. They've held Notre Dame down scoring-wise by pace of play. This game headed in the high 50s for the finish. Unless Notre Dame lights it up. Falls, dribbles to the left baseline. He's double teamed. He's in trouble, and he calls a timeout. Good defense by USF and Mattis and Gransberry down the left block. And Notre Dame left with only 2 timeouts to go here in the basketball game. And 5:51 left. We'll keep it right here. Reminder will be in Jamaica, Queens, New York, Wednesday night for USF and St. John's. What will become a crucial game for the Bulls' Big East tournament hopes if the Bulls win tonight. That's one where if you can beat St. John's on the road, you're in great shape to take care of business at home only for the rest of the year and still make the tournament. You do have several road games left at Louisville, at Seton Hall, at DePaul. You look at the St. John's and Seton Hall games, those are games with teams in the same boat as USF trying to make the tournament. It's a 50-50 game, if you will, on Wednesday. We invite you to be with us. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock tip time from Carnesecca Hall on the campus of St. John's University. They got obliterated in the second half the other night by Georgetown at the Garden. And on a inbound, a foul is called on who? On USF and Chris Howard for a block. Officials say it was a forearm. Coach Mack not happy. That's 4 fouls on Howard. He's got to be careful here. With 5:51 to go. I didn't see who he collided with, but the officials did not hesitate to call the foul on 24 and white.
And Howard thought he was set, ready and waiting. Didn't get it.
Ball into Zeller at 6'11" beyond the arc. He fires it underneath to Herringody. His shot is short, and it pins between the rim and the board. And that's a turnover for Notre Dame. The Bulls will get the ball, leading it by 2 with 5:46 to go. Buckley, Howard, Mattis, Verdejo, and Gransberry. Chris will play with the 4 fouls and must be careful on the defensive end especially. Howard across the timeline. Bulls will look to milk that shot clock, I would think, against the man-to-man. Howard dribbling off the screen. Still dribbling, top of the key. Gets it right side of Verdejo. Jesus dribbles, dumps down low to Gransberry. Catch, his shot was blocked. He scraps for the ball, a whistle, and a foul on Kentrell. Battling with Zeller. He says to the officials, what'd I do? And Zeller got the break from the refs. Kentrell gets his 3rd foul.
I don't know if did they call him over the back there? That would have been the only call because there certainly wasn't anything on the arm. He's just as entitled to that ball as the other guy.
And Zeller, it looked like to me, was wrapped around Kentrell as he caught the ball down low. And Notre Dame gets it here down by 2. So the USF strategy has paid off. Notre Dame will not get anywhere near 80 points, much less the 102 they got at Syracuse. Now you must finish the game off. What they could not do Sunday against Marquette. Number 21, Notre Dame front court. Falls off a screen, dribbles right side, leans in the lane, and a jumper good. And Colin Falls is willing Notre Dame to a tie game. Front court, Mattis. He drives, lays it in, and draws the foul. Herringody the blocking foul. McHugh Mattis for hoop, and we'll go to the line, and the Bulls back in front.
Well, that's USF getting out in transition like they tried to do all season long. And again, when you lull a team to sleep, kind of the way the Bulls have done by constantly slowing it down like that, any kind of an opening, you can pretty much attack the basket.
Mattis will look for the 3-point play. The foul on Herringody was his 4th, so they've got foul trouble as well. Howard out there with 4 for USF. McHugh bends the knees. Free throw, almost an air ball, and Notre Dame the rebound. That may come back to haunt us tonight, green and gold fans. 12 of 18 from the line. Colin Falls back with it to our left. He's been the sharpshooter this second half. 9 of 15 from the floor. 23 points in the game. Zeller, left side to Russell Carter, who's dangerous against Verdejo. He wants the 3. That's too strong. Rebound Buckley, USF. It's Buck's 7th board of the night. Howard across the timeline. And gets it to Buckley, and the Bulls will set it up against the man-to-man. Out front, Howard. Students chanting USF behind us. Excellent crowd here tonight at the Dome. They've been treated to a good game. 53-51 on the right side, Verdejo. Jesus dribbles, gets it to Buckley. Catch, lean in the lane. The shot is scored from Melvin Buckley. With 4:20 to go, and USF leads at 55-51 on the make by Buck. Left side, Herringody off the Falls. Verdejo right in his jersey. Stay with him, Jesus. They double team him. He lost it. Herringody put it up and in. Luke Herringody got the loose ball, and Notre Dame will take a timeout with 4 minutes to go. Herringody picked up the loose ball that Falls had lost in the double team. Johnny on the spot for the layup. 10 points and 8 rebounds. for him. Meanwhile, at the other end, Melvin Buckley got the hoop. That snapped the streak that you informed me that Colin Falls had scored 11 straight points. And we've seen some guys, whether you want to talk Brian Wardle of Marquette years ago,
Knew that name was going to come up.
Morris Finley of UAB. We've seen some guys single-handedly will a team to a win against USF. Colin Falls has done that to this point. The Bulls have the ball in a 2-point lead with 4 minutes to go. Execution will be critical, obviously, for both teams down the stretch.
Absolutely, and right now the Bulls still have the 2-point advantage, so what you want to do is you still want to eat some shot clock, but you have to look for something down low to Kentrell Gransberry. I mean, his ability to get to the basket and to get to the free throw line tonight has been key, but also because of the foul trouble for Notre Dame. You want to start to get rid of some of the big guys.
Buckley will inbound. The Bulls check Solomon Bozeman in. The next dead ball is a final media timeout. Howard, Buckley, Madison, Gransberry out there. Bulls against the man-to-man to our right. Trying to pull off an upset against number 21 Notre Dame. Get their third league win. Howard down low to Buckley. A lot of contact. Shot no good. Rebound. Mattis. Finger roll layup is gone. McHugh with 17 and Notre Dame hustles the other way. 57-53. The Bulls lead it. Front court. Jackson and a foul out front. On who? A blocking foul on USF. Was it Mattis? It was McHugh with the foul, and we get timeout on the floor. Notre Dame will shoot free throws when we come back. 57-53 USF. Let us pause with 3:36 to go. This is USF Bulls basketball.
All right, Mattis has 7 of the last 9, and Falls has 11 of the last 13 for them.
They've only got one timeout left.
A long way to go.
Got to finish this one off, Coach.
Him.
I think he was just resting him.
No. I'm saying they've had him on him.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Well, they had Mattis on him earlier too.
Yeah, he hasn't been on for a while.
And then there were several times when we had no one on him.
Look at that day. Woo! What's his career high on rebound?
15, one away. And he's got one block.
Remember you said they had 4 at the half, and then they had those run. They haven't had any since.
They haven't had one in the last 9 minutes. .336 remains at what has been an entertaining game at the Sun Dome. USF and Notre Dame, 57-53. The Bulls in the rematch trying to get revenge after the Irish buried USF in South Bend 13 days ago. That one was never really close to the second half as Notre Dame won it 82-58. McHugh Mattis has had another monster game. This is back-to-back huge nights for him. 19 points, 14 more rebounds, only officially credited with 1 block, but 6 offensive boards and a huge putback there a moment ago.
I like what the Bulls have done taking care of the basketball over the last 10 minutes. They had that little stretch where they got helter-skelter, throwing it away, trying to get too quick with it, but since then, 1 turnover in the last 10 minutes, which is why they've held the lead.
And for the Bulls, they're led by Mattis's 19. 9 each for Buckley and Gransberry. Kentrell is a point away from another double-double. Would be his 8th on the year. Buckley 9.7 boards, 9 points for Chris Howard with 6 assists. Bulls fans, join us for the Bulls at Syracuse when we come back to the Sun Dome Wednesday, February 14th. It's Bright House Networks night. Tickets are hard to come by. 1-800-GO-BULLS, and Bright House Networks, the official cable partner of USF. Athletics. Notre Dame's Colin Falls shooting free throws, 1-1. As we resume. And Falls on the season is an 81% free throw shooter. The Bulls up by 4 as we resume. The senior puts it on the way and no good. A big miss, and the Bulls the rebound with Chris Howard. There's a break that USF needed. An 80% foul shooter misses the front end. Howard across the timeline. Can USF finish it off? Out front, Buckley. Off a screen by Gransberry. Buck dribbles, shoots from 8 feet. It's no good. Rebound is loose. Battled for, and Herringody got it for Notre Dame. Tough miss by Buckley. Kentrell couldn't get the rebound. Front court, Jackson. Here's Falls turning off the screen. The 3 right side, no good. Long rebound by Bozeman, and the Bulls are not in a hurry here with 3 minutes to go. Howard with it. The freshman got the long rebound. Howard dribbling against Torrey Jackson. Let's see if they milk that shot clock. Up by 4. Howard dribbles to the corner. Still dribbling. Floats in the middle to Gransberry. Hands to Buckley. Buckley on Herringody, dribbled it off his foot, goes to the floor, gets it back to Gransberry. And Gransberry threw it in the backcourt. It was tipped. And Chris Howard goes to the backcourt to get it, and the officials confer and say it was tipped. And Mike Gray didn't like the call. Bulls will have the ball, and Chris Howard cramping up in the right leg. I think he's got to come out of the game here for a moment. Verdejo will check in with 2:45 to go. Chris battling cramps. He's trying to stretch it out. Buckley will inbound with 13 on the shot clock. He's still arguing the call as Mike Gray at the other end, but it did look like Notre Dame tipped the ball in the backcourt, which means the Bulls could go back and get it. And USF will diagram a play, calling a 30-second timeout with 2:45 to go. And they can check Howard back in the game if they want here. Trainer Jen Ross is treating him on the end of the bench. I'll stand to look here for a second, and I think he may have come back to the huddle just that quickly. And if they want, they can put him back in. Chris is trying to walk off the cramps. He was actually stretching himself right here on the scorer's table beside us just a moment ago. And trainer Jen Ross still looking at him. Key possession up by 4. 13 on the shot clock. 2:45 to go in the game. An important third Big East win for USF on the line against a Notre Dame team that has only won one game in league play away from home. They're 1-3. Bulls will break the huddle with Verdejo, Buckley, Mattis, Gransberry, and Bozeman. What do you like here with 13 on the shot clock?
I think you got to get the ball into the hands of Melvin Buckley. Maybe drive it a little bit and look for McHugh Mattis coming on away from his man. The backside help has left Mattis free.
Whatever it is, it's got to be quick. The ball is inbounded to Bozeman in the backcourt. Bozeman hustles across the timeline. 10 on the shot clock, 2:40 on the game clock. Out front, Verdejo. 6 on the shot clock. Jesus dribbles on Herringody. Pull up pop. 15-footer is rattling off. Rebound follow put in by Mattis. A two-handed follow by McHugh. 59-53. Got to get back on defense and watch the three-point shooter. Jackson against the man-to-man. Dribbling and finds Russell Carter. Right side to Falls. Bozeman, the freshman's on him this trip in a switch. Down low, Herringody ran over Gransberry, and a blocking foul is called. Kentrell called for the foul. That's his 4th. That is critical with 2 minutes to go. Kentrell took the flop, and they did not give him the call. And Chris Howard will check back in for USF as Herringody goes to the line with Notre Dame down by 6.
And again, he's a good free throw shooter at 83%.
He is shooting 1-1, I think. 8th foul on the Bulls. They're going to wipe up some perspiration on the floor. Each team one timeout left. What a follow by Mattis. 21 points, and he's matched his career high with 15 rebounds tonight, Jim. Luke Herringody, freshman out of Shire'ville, Indiana. Short arm the free throw, and Gransberry the rebound for USF. 2 big misses on the front end of the 1-1. And the green and gold gang trying to finish it off. Up by 6 with 2 minutes left. Howard front court. Off here to Melvin Buckley. Melvin Buckley to Chris Howard on the right side with 15 on the shot clock. Off to Mattis. Got away from his man. Attacks. Knifes down the lane. Missed the shot. Got the rebound and put it in. McHugh has taken this game over. Down the stretch. He's got 11 of the last 13 for USF. 1:40 to go. Notre Dame to our left. Jackson crossover dribble down the lane, laid it in. And Notre Dame will take their final timeout down by 6 with 1:36 to go. Back to the offensive end. McHugh Mattis playing like a man possessed, Jim Lighthall.
He caught the ball out there on the wing, turned around, there was no one guarding him. So he decides to go to the basket, and then the backside help came, and a nice midair adjustment. And he just kind of threw it up toward the basket. He was the only one that knew it wasn't going to hit the basket and was able to react for the rebound.
23 for Mattis. He's the only Bull in double figures. 9, though, for Gransberry with 11 boards. 9 for Buckley with 7 boards. 9 with 6 assists for Chris Howard. Colin Falls with 23. How about Mike Gray choosing to use his last timeout with 1:36 to go? 2 big front ends of the 1-1 misses by the Irish. Their first ever trip into Tampa, and the Bulls have gone toe-to-toe again with a top 25 team, one of the better teams in the Big East. On Sunday, it ended horribly when USF had done so many things well. They're a minute 36 from pulling off their biggest win of the season. Execution in the half court will be critical.
And USF can't get lazy at the defensive end either, regardless of what happens with this possession. You still have a 6-point lead. That's a 2-possession game, and you know Notre Dame's going to come down and look for the 3 ball, more than likely Colin Falls.
And for USF, Chris Howard back in after battling the cramps. Long rest for him during that timeout huddle. Buckley, Howard, freshman Bozeman, Madison, Gransberry. 2-possession game, and USF will look to burn the shot clock if they get it across midcourt. Notre Dame will pick up full court pressure. Green and gold gang with it. Buckle up, fans. Here we go. Buckley can't get it in. Buckley still can't get it in. Does so to Bozeman. They double team him. They almost took it. He lobs front court to Madison. 2-on-1 with Gransberry, and Howard will hold it up. Wise play there, and Bozeman has it. He's the Bulls' best free throw shooter. They want a foul with 1:20 to go. It looks like they'll let it go and let the Bulls work down the shot clock. Key possession. Crowd chants USF. 1:16 left. Buckley left wing off to Bozeman. Back near midcourt, and a blocking foul on Jackson. Boy, that's the last thing you wanted to do. And Mike Gray shakes his head, the Notre Dame coach. Don't let him burn 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and then foul Jim. And the freshman Jackson, critical foul, fouling the Bulls' best free throw shooter.
Yeah, a guy that's in the top 15 in the country from the free throw line. And he was going to take it from midcourt and try and drive it and get himself to the free throw line anyway. But, boy, this helps.
It is a 2-shot situation. They're over the 10-foul limit, and the free throw is good. And the Bulls' assassin at the line is Solomon Bozeman at 90% now on the season. Freshman Bozeman with another big one here. The Bulls with 1 timeout left. Notre Dame has none. 1:12 to go. The lead is 7. Free throw good. Ice water for the young men out of Magnolia, Arkansas. Ice water in the veins. 63-55. Notre Dame in big trouble now. They hustle quickly with Torrey Jackson. Watch out for the dangerous Falls and Carter shooting threes. Jackson driving down the lane. Left corner Falls. Off balance threes. Too strong. Rebound loose, and Gransberry has it. He hands to Howard, and the Bulls can smell it with a minute to go. And a foul in the backcourt on Colin Falls. Reaching in. Oh, there may be about to be a large party on Fowler Avenue. 56 seconds to go. USF with a 17-6 run. And now 2 free throws for Chris Howard. For the Bulls, the foul on Colin Falls. Boy, listen to this place. What an atmosphere. Here in the Sun Dome. Free throw is no good. Howard shooting 2. They'll gather themselves. It's an 8-point lead. He can make it 9 with 56 seconds left. And USF, after falling behind, has taken it to the Irish in the last 7 minutes. Free throw rattled off. He missed them both. Notre Dame rebounds. They still have life. Quickly front court, Jackson driving. Knifes through 2 defenders. Shot no good. Rebound Gransberry. Off to Saka. And Saka is grabbed. How about an intentional foul at midcourt? No. Reach-in foul on Fowles as Saka was grabbed at midcourt. Well, he put 2 hands around him, Jim. Right in front of us. They will not call it intentional. It doesn't get much more intentional than that. A breakaway situation. But Saka will shoot 2 anyway.
Smart play by the freshman also. He had a couple of guys to his left uncontested, but he held on to it. Didn't want to risk the turnover.
Saka to the line with 45 seconds left. Freshman from Decatur, Georgia, puts it on the way and in. Nails in the coffin. That makes it a 9-point game. It's an 18-6 closeout right now for USF with 45 seconds to go. One of the biggest wins in Robert McCullum's career at USF is on the way. Second one is good. 65-55. The Bulls have flat out played Notre Dame the last 6 minutes. Quickly front court Falls. Right wing, they're in his face. Forced a 3 and hit it. They have no timeouts. 65-58. The Bulls need to get it in. They do. Madison in the backcourt. Cross court to Saka. Saka dribbling. He's grabbed by Falls, and Falls just fouled out of the game, Jim, with 34 seconds left. And that's devastating for Notre Dame and any hope they had of a comeback.
Yes, that's their best 3-point shooter headed to the bench.
So Falls has found out. The crowd is just now aware of that as it was announced. And the Bulls will shoot 2. And USF, who was so close to finishing that game Sunday with Marquette, just absolutely stunk that USF couldn't get the win against the number 15 team in the country. But here tonight, they have outplayed Notre Dame, played at their tempo, and have said to the rest of the Big East, we are involved in the mix to be at that tournament at Madison Square Garden the second week in March. Moves Saka to the free throw line, bends the knees, and the free throw good again. How about the freshman? That's 3 in a row. Let me just step up and bury Notre Dame in the last half minute. Saka has been active at both ends. 7 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a block. Second free throw, good again. The Bulls 18 of 26 from the line. 67-58, 30 seconds to go. Jackson drives front court, hangs the lane. The shot no good, but he is fouled. That's the last thing you want to do with 29 seconds left, and Notre Dame will get 2 free throws. Saka gets his second foul. And Torrey Jackson to the stripe for Notre Dame. They're out of timeouts. Their best shooter is gone. I'm looking around here. The security is readying if students decide to try to rush the floor here, which has become commonplace in college basketball. Meanwhile, Jackson makes the free throw. The lead's still 8. With 29 seconds left, Bozeman in. Mattis sits down. It is the rush the court type situation for USF as Torrey Jackson shoots the second free throw for Notre Dame. And that one rims out. The rebound is loose. It's battled for. Notre Dame got it, and a foul is called, and Buckley hit the ground hard. Let's make sure Buck is okay. I think it was Kurz that hit him hard from behind, and Buckley grabbed at his face. Slow to get up. Kurz the foul, and Buckley's going to shoot the free throws here with 27 seconds left.
Kurz does not have a point in the game and 1 rebound. Just really the difference that he's played some minutes. He's played upwards of 20 minutes in this game, so regardless whether or not he was hurt or not hurt, he didn't produce.
Alvin Buckley will shoot 2, looking to get in double figures. 2 free throws with a 67-59 lead. And the free throw good. Happy post-game show coming up. Coach Mack will join us. We'll also try to grab McHugh Mattis. Coach Mack seeking his 4th win over an AP-ranked team. You got to go back to the Conference USA tournament win over Cincinnati in March of 05 for the last, the Georgetown game to end last season. Well, that's the last 2 wins, and both free throws good. 69-59 with a half minute to go. The Bulls about to polish off Notre Dame. Long 3 by Zeller, short on the right wing. Rebound Jackson, pulled it up, drew the foul. And it's on Chris Howard, who fouls out of the game with 19 seconds left. 2 free throws coming up. And Howard will foul out with 9 points and 6 assists. He'll come out of the game here. But the Bulls have done enough scoring damage here. And the Notre Dame team that blistered Syracuse the other night at the Carrier Dome got all they could handle and could not stand up to USF in the Sun Dome tonight. And this bodes well for the Bulls' postseason hopes in the Big East tournament. It sets up quite a matchup for those purposes Wednesday in New York. A 50-50 game, we'll call it, with a St. John's team that in their last 2 games has had their lights punched out by Pittsburgh and by Georgetown. They were beating Georgetown the other night, Jim, Thursday night, 29-20. They end up losing by 25 themselves at the end. They just got stomped in the second half by Georgetown. Free throw is no good, and they've been dismal at the line at 5 of 11 as Notre Dame. This is going to be a tough pill for them to swallow. But USF is going to celebrate their 3rd Big East win in 19 seconds. Second free throw rattles in. They'll pick up full court. And the officials will talk to McHugh Mattis and Russell Carter about staying out of trouble. Buckley will inbound, 69-60, still a 3-possession game. No turnover here, just get it in. Buckley trying to do so, does to Bozeman. He got clobbered. There's no call, a tie-up, and whose ball? It's USF's ball. Well, Solomon Bozeman got body blocked by Ryan Ayers. That's why he went to the floor. Somebody take the blindfold off there, partner, in that situation. I mean, the game is still on.
Ball to Notre Dame.
Notre Dame on the alternate possession will get the ball, actually. They'll float it into Carter with 17 seconds left. Quickly to Ayers. He fires for 3 left wing. That's no good. Kentrell Grantsbury the rebound. He hands to Buckley. And Notre Dame will foul with 9 seconds left, 8.6 to go. A foul in the backcourt, and the crowd is booing about the foul as Buckley will go to the other end. So USF outplays Notre Dame and gets it done. We owe you station identification. We need to pause 10 seconds. Torrey Jackson fouls out for Notre Dame, so while we have a moment, Melvin Buckley to shoot 2 coming up here. Let's pause 10 seconds. This is USF Bulls basketball.
Melvin Buckley at the line, shooting 2.
We come back here to the Sun Dome. Buckley shoots 2 free throws with 9 seconds left, and this one didn't get there. Short, no good. And a stiff arm that one. Buckley 11 points. The Bulls 20 of 29 from the line. That's not going to make Coach Mack happy. He's going to join us in the postgame show, but what will make him happy is the final result. Free throw rims off. Notre Dame in the final 8 seconds almost threw it away. Peoples gets it left side to Ayers. He shoots for 3 and hits with 3 seconds left. 69-63. Buckley trying to get it in. Does so to Mattis, to Gransberry, front court. The game is over, and USF has the upset. 69-63. Coach Mack shakes hands with Mike Bray. What a night for the Bulls as they knock off Notre Dame and get their 3rd Big East win of the year, Jim.